The chair recognizes the honourable member for Kalani.
Thank you very much, Madam Speaker. It's a bit strange. I'm so accustomed to seeing a gentleman there with an infectious smile.
We can't get one of those now.
It would take me time, but I'd get there. But I mean, that smile you did a little while ago, you're getting there. Madam Speaker, there have been many tributes to our departed colleague and friend, Obi Wilscombe, since his untimely death or his untimely passing. I wish to officially offer my condolences on that of my wife, Patricia, and that of the entire Kalani constituency, to the family and friends of the former Member of Parliament for West End and Bimini. Over our lifetimes as human beings and over the years as political leaders, we grow and we mature if we are fortunate. Our life experiences, our mistakes, and relationships help us to overcome more understanding, kinder, more forgiving, and more tolerant. I saw this kind of growth and seasoning in Obi. Madam Speaker, I would have met Obi Wilscombe in the 80s when I was a student in Jamaica specializing obstetrics and gynecology. And Obi came down as a student doing mass communication. And we never spoke politics. I never knew Obi's politics. Obi never mind. But he spoke about advancing the media and communication product in the Bahamas, so the Bahamas would be well known. But he did share his love for the then leader and Prime Minister of the country, Sir Lyndon Pinling. We built a relationship, and Obi would visit my home on numerous occasions where we would share bread together, though small, because as students you had very little. But we were all Bahamians. Madam Speaker, he was a member, speaking of today, he was a member of Progressive Liberal Party. But he was first and foremost a Bahamian and son of Grand Bahama. In one of his last public roles, Obi served as government leader in the House of Assembly. In my dealings and discussions with him, I found him generally fair, reasonable, and helpful. An F&M, Madam Speaker, who has had an almost 3-decade contract with the government of Bahamas to supply an important service, told me that when the current administration took office, that Obi treat him very fairly and kindly. Obi helped him to retain his contract and told him, and I quote from Obi, "We all have to make a fair living in this country." And that was the type of individual Obi was. Madam Speaker, Obi was a man of talent and long experience in government. He was seasoned, and so many have attested, in the many tributes to him over the past several weeks. It was unfortunate, given his seniority and stature, that he was not given a more senior ministry in the Davis administration. People of West End and Bimini have lost their representative in this House. His loss will be felt even more profoundly by his family, who have lost a father, a brother, a grandfather, an uncle, a cousin, and a nephew. And many people have lost a friend, including many Grand Bahamians of various political and other affiliations. Madam Speaker, it is easy to forget that we will all one day pass away from this earth. After all of the life and political triumphs and battles, an end will come. And while we want to leave a public legacy behind, it is equally important that we leave behind a private legacy of love of family, of genuine friendships, of kindness to neighbors. And sadly, some pursue politics and business and other causes of action without leaving behind a legacy of generosity of spirit to family, friends, and neighbors. For his part, Obi Wilscombe leaves behind both legacies. On his deathbed, a former U.S. politician who rose to the heights of political life noted that in the end, it was his memories of helping others and his personal relationships that meant the most to him in his final days. This should be a timely reminder to all of us in political and public life. May God continue to grant comfort to those who are left with precious memories of our departed brother, Obi Wilscombe. God grant him eternal rest, and I support the resolution. Thank you, Madam Speaker.
Thank you, Honourable Member.